Yeah, Zersky, what going? What's going? What going? What going? I got the mic right here now. What's going though? Yeah, Zersky. What going? What going? Yeah, we live in effect. It's 8:43. It's January 31st, 2026. Last night of the month. It's been 1 month in 2026. Low key that fast. Time be flying. Is it me? Or time be flying? At first it seemed like January was, taking this little stroll. It was taking a little stroll. And then boom, today, January over with. It don't feel like the first was yesterday, but it do feel like damn near like the 15th was yesterday, man. Hey, low-key, that second half went by low-key faster than the mug, and that high B, you can never, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta, you know what I'm saying, be in the present moment. Just be in the present moment. That's really all it be. Because then, whenever you look back at time or you look forward on time, you either got probably what? You'll probably get anxiety from the future, depression from the back end, from the past, pause, from the past. Within the present, you got peace. But then that's when you got the P. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You got the P's. And then you can find peace. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta prepare. And then you can learn from the past. That's the thing. It's positives and negatives with everything though. But SLNG, this is the last one of January. I believe we end up getting like 3 of them things. We did Fortnite, Warzone, and then this would be the Marvel Rivals. So this be the third one. We got 3 of them things in this month. 3. Yeah, Zersky, we got 3 of them in. I forgot how it did even went. Was it 3? Because I only did 4 in Warzone, and then this would be Marvel Rivals. So I don't know. I don't recall how it started off. Low key, I low key don't remember how it started off. But at the end of the day, we got the third one right now. Last one of January 1st, man. And we gonna keep this going. We've been a month going crazy, man. Consistent, week after week. Content. So, hey, man, it's fire because it's like, now it's like kind of like a routine. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be very rewarding. Proof in the pudding, motivational / inspiring, and it's another word I want to throw on that bit, but I'ma just say all that when, you know what I said, just what is to come comes. But while then we enjoying, you feel, we got Marvel Rivals, we gonna jump into Marvel Rivals, but before we even get into Marvel Rivals whole time, it's a few things I was thinking and shit. Hey, what's up, what's going? Lessa Bella 04, what going? First time chatter too, what going? You low key gonna have to chill with the heart though, my girl don't play all that, bruh. My girl don't play all that, but appreciate the first time chat. What going though? But before anything, I was thinking and shit. Sometimes I just be thinking. It be so many things. It's good too. That's one thing too with the streaming. And I've been putting notes down. I save certain things, and it just make me talk about things that be coming across my head and shit. And maybe others' opinions and engagement with others on some of these thoughts and ideas I have in my head may lead to some, you know what I'm saying, something positive getting built for not only myself or the people who's involved, but for the world, for America, for human civilization. You feel me? Cause that's the whole purpose of life. At least how I be operating, how I view life is, you know what I'm saying, to evolve, to empower, to improve and grow. But consistency. And this month, and it's good to cap this month off with speaking on this. But consistency. Consistency is to keep going. Consistency is, you know what I'm saying? That what consistent is. Let's get the actual definition. I'm going to just pull it up on my phone real quick. Try to do that real fast. The definition of consistency. Consistency definition. Conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. The way in which substance, typically a liquid, holds together thickness and I ain't gonna cat like I know. Viscosity. It's VISCOSITY. So y'all can see what the word is, so y'all don't think I'm just retarded either. I mean, you know what I mean. Might be. If I offend anybody, I ain't mean to. But consistency. Let's look at similar words. Evenness, steadiness, thickness, density. Balance. So would you say balance is synonym? Would you say accurate? It's to boom. A second is consistent. A second gonna go like this every time. A second. A second. You feel me? A second. Your heartbeat, that's consistent. When that bitch stop, it ain't consistent no more. You feel me? Consistent is to keep going. So if you got something you want to be consistent in, it's something you consistently, that something that is boom, boom, boom. It don't mean you need, for example, if you want to work out, it don't mean if you want to be consistent, it don't mean that you have to do a big workout, then do another big workout, then do another big workout, and every day you just hammering it. Bam, bam, bam. No, consistent is reading your body sometimes and knowing, okay, yeah, this is the day that my body needs to maybe just work on repetition at lightweight. Allowing my muscles to get a full extension on every rep to fully stretch out that muscle. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case might be, consistency is make sure you able to keep going. Consistency is LeBron James' career. He's still going, still at 40 years old, going dumb, crazy. The thing is, boom, LeBron James. That was him every season. This him every season. He haven't had a season where he haven't been consistent. You feel me? Consistent is, but what I got to finalize and cap all that off, consistency is to keep going. You don't always have to get $1. Sometimes you just have to maybe just get that quarter. Let me get the 50 cents. Sometimes a dime. I'll take a dime out of $1. Let me get the dime. 10 days getting a dime, I got me $1 compared to taking a little break off. I gotta take a little break, man. Dang, now it's been 3 months you ain't worked out. You feel me? But consistent. That's what I was thinking about earlier, and I just wanted to share some of that. It was one other thing I wanted to speak on before we get into Marvel Rivals. I was thinking about this as well, and I was down there spelled that bit wrong, but this is what I was thinking about earlier. Alright. Parenting. And this is specifically to younger parents. To younger parents specifically. Parenting is a responsibility. You have a lot of responsibilities as a human being, you have the willpower, and you have free will to decide if you have the willpower to decide if you're going to act on those responsibilities. Every human got responsibilities, but you got the willpower to decide if you're going to act on those responsibilities. People prioritize responsibilities. To get back to the main point, parenting. Parenting is a responsibility that not every human being gets to have. You feel me? But it's going good. It's going good. I'm finna finish this topic. We get on Marvel Rival. But parenting is a responsibility. And what comes with that responsibility is basically like a job is a responsibility. You got the responsibility to do this. And what falls under that job is all these other responsibilities. Just like a child is to be a child's parent. It's that responsibility, but then it's all these other things. Get them to school, get them fed, change the diaper. You got different responsibilities under that. So, with that being a responsibility, you get results out of everything. When you work a job, you get results out of your paycheck. You may get promotions, bonuses, overtime opportunity, other opportunities that may help you and stuff. But you get results out of every responsibility. The result you get out of parenting is your child. Everything that comes with that child. The good and the bad. So, if your child have an overdose in bad things, the result is you. So, specifically my message to young parents. You gain a huge responsibility at a young age. So, with you getting that responsibility at such a young age, bears experience that you haven't gained because of age. It's experience that a 30-year-old have compared to a 16-year-old, and they both becoming parents. You feel me? So with you gaining that responsibility as a young parent, whatever your child becomes when you're now 30 years old and your child is whatever 16 years old, 800-year-old, those are your results. You feel me? You're 30 years old, you kind of don't get as much results as that person who had their kid at 16. Because by the time they reach your age, you 15 years later, you know what I'm saying? Your result is now at 45 compared to them seeing their results at 30. If you get what I'm saying. They reach your age, your child had their kid at 16. If your that child, the good and the bad. So if your child have an overdose in bad things, the result is you. So specifically my message to young parents. You gain a huge responsibility at a young age. So with you getting that responsibility at such a young age, bears experience that you haven't gained because of age. It's experience that a 30-year-old have compared to a 16-year-old, and they both becoming parents. You feel me? So with you gaining that responsibility as a young parent, whatever your child becomes when you're now 30 years old and your child is whatever 16 years old, 800-year-old, those are your results. You feel me? You're 30 years old, you kind of don't get too. You feel me? You're that child. The good and the bad. I ain't get the full effect of what I was trying to get out of that bit, but this little smooth is you. So specifically my message to young parents. You gain a huge responsibility at a young age. So with you getting that responsibility at such a young age, bears experience that you haven't gained because of age. It's experience that a 30-year-old have compared to a 16-year-old, and they both becoming parents. You feel me? So with you gaining that responsibility as a young parent, whatever your child becomes when you're now 30 years old and your child is whatever 16 years old, 8 on a roll. And what I was meaning is in comparison, you feel me? In comparison to, and let me because I kind of was trying to get this clip right and I kind of lost track and that would mess me up. But in comparison to like a 16-year-old having a kid and a 30-year-old, the 30-year-old don't get the results until 45 for their child that's 15, compared to a 16-year-old that get the results at 30, 31. You feel me? So, the results come at a faster, like, time. Like, when you're 30, when when the 16-year-old turns 30 years old, that's a point in that 16-year-old's life. At the 30-year point compared to that 30-year-old when that 30-year-old was just having a child. You feel me? The 30-year-old just had a child at 30, but the 16-year-old at 30 will have a child that's 15 years old. So your results come at 15 years old of being a parent compared to that 30-year-old who results from being a parent don't come till 45. That's what I mean in timing. But you get results. Just like let's do another analogy in comparison. A business owner open a business at 16 years old compared to a business owner that opens a business at 30 years old. The 16-year-old gonna get results of 15 years of work at 31 years old. At 30 years old, the 30-year-old just was starting the business, so he won't get results from that 15-year run until he's 45. You feel me? So the results come at different times in life. When you go to comparing, you know what I'm saying, competition, I guess you want to say, or peers, or whatever, other people, because that's what a lot of people try to compare. Like the young parents try to compare what 30-year-olds and stuff got going, because most of the time these 30-year-olds, they be on average more situated financially and stability wise than a young teenager having a child. And that be the thing, the wisdom in the financial gap. Those two gaps is the reason why there's a differentiation. And I guess you could call it mindset specifically, I guess. That child. The good and the bad. So if your child have an over, I'ma just bump the clips on this one. I'ma just make the YouTube videos on that big, because I'm not clipping that shit. Fuck that shit, bro. But my point is, my fault. When you parent, you get your child is the results. So my whole point is, for the young parents, and even parents who are older, and you're older now, and you was a young parent, you had your first kid, you was young. If you ever feel like life just is kind of stagnant, or it's like, where is life, or my life went no, because what really got me thinking like this, I seen a post that said of a parent saying, oh, it was a controversial thing where a parent was like, I ain't get to have my young days because I was a young parent or whatever. And the whole thing is, if you ever feel like, dang, man, I missed out or something, just look at your child and look at the results. And if you was a good parent, you would look at your child and you be like, damn, I did do good, man. Because those are your results. And for confirmation, if you are a good parent too and you want that confirmation, look at, and it's not good to compare nothing, but look at a bad situation or a bad parent. A parent you know for sure bad. Look at the difference. And you'll be like, yeah, okay, it's definitely worse. And then just look at yourself and be like, okay, I could always be better. I'm still alive. Let's keep going. You feel me?